I look through them, I'm like, oh, cute ducks. They're away.
I'm born again Christian, that's important for the dash. I think a lot of people.
Well, it's one of those, it's got like a little hat, some colored books, and drawstring bag. It's just like a magazine for all that stuff.
You know,
Big outreach.
So when you go to like schools and stuff and do the fire.
this is complex,
Yeah.
it's a barrel.
But we get them from the police, we get them from the fire department. I look through them and I throw them away, or I give them to my kids. They don't.
How are you doing? You doing pretty good? You can give us a run. You got wings and all that.
I could be chairman if I did.
I've heard 3 different stories from those people.
I know it.
That's what it is, you know. I'll do it to call them in Nashville, give them $250. He said, yeah, thanks.
Harvard said there's a car on fire in Walmart. He's,
Give you this.
So why call it a donation?
Exactly what I said right there. I said something more like, he said,
Well, we had Emily Goldberg and Ken Myers.
well, that's old one.
We gave them half.
you're gonna tell me to text him.
You're calling it a donation, but if I don't give it to you,
If I even ask you, where do you go to that donation? I think it is.
yeah.
I mean, it's like, if you don't say it,
And their deal is you're using our brand. That's why we charge a fee.
there it is.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are
Have you
you?
signed that since I've signed it? I just wanna make sure.
You didn't sign it if you didn't sign it.
I can't hear on this phone anymore, so I can't tell if you picked up or not.
So you're not the chairman anymore?
No,
Temporary possession or something?
I don't. March.
How are you?
Good,
how was your holiday?
I have things for you over there. Great.
See, that's
Cause I didn't know if you
There he is.
Are you coming?
We were down in Florida for the holiday, visiting my family down there. Haven't seen my nieces in like ages, you know.
With
I
mine.
got some friends that live in
It's
Florida.
only drawn to mine.
They're like, oh, it's cold down here.
Okay.
They're coming up here. They're supposed to go here. Okay, we'll talk about it when you go there.
He went to South Florida, that's when I was in Whittle.
Okay, that's okay.
Don't hoodoo me like that. I started panicking. I was like, I didn't pass it like I said I would.
Yeah, I'm ready to walk.
It's a mess.
Unless you want
I'm doing fruit right now, like overcooked sourdough, but I can put, I've got the garlic and rosemary going right now. I've done cinnamon roll now. Yeah. I'm hoping to have like little samples set out for this, you know, this New Year's for the farmer's market.
I know you got mine if it's on.
They got stuck by the train.
It's Friday.
I've got my other regular, I just don't like to work.
The Democratic side.
The more time you don't know.
I hate it. If it's gonna be cold, it needs to snow. If it's not gonna snow, it needs to be warm.
I just came back from the hospital yesterday. I bought two.
We have a forecast.
Oh, I thought you paid him when he signed the second
Right after I came.
I tell you what, it looks like about $100 to me.
Every entrance that has that house with the plaques on the front.
That's what theirs is.
Fry or salt or something.
They're ready for it.
Keep your mind on.
But my disability is only about half of the city block, and that was good.
Got the fancier interior on the inside of it. Upgrade. No, no, but I mean the dash and stuff. Hers is so block.
How's that number?
They gotta get back this weekend. Yeah, back to school.
That's awesome.
Okay.
It's off side door. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I see.
How you doing, man? How are you? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I agree with you, because they use plastic. Just gotta have a metal frame on the inside of it.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
If that's.
I got you there.
You should have seen me yesterday. Yesterday I saw you. I wore toboggans all the way home all week. I just did not care. It was so cold. But it felt like to me like I was wearing a hat. I just put all my hair up under my toboggan and went.
Well, he said that train must be 5 miles long. He said that's.
You got in the front porch.
Every day.
It was cold this morning.
It was.
Yeah, you got some balls.
Well, y'all go over to the dam though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I might. You wouldn't have to.
Tearing it up.
We'll go ahead and get started. Mike's on his way. He's up at the railroad track. He could have you laid us off the prayer. We can start.
Dear Lord, thank you for this day and the blessings, Lord, and we just ask that you continue to bless us. We know there's a lot of our citizens that's under the weather, sick, got all kinds of things going on with them. We just ask you to touch them, and Lord, and make them better. Now, just let us conduct ourselves the way we should, do the things that's best for this city. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
I'm gonna open the meeting up 1/12/2026. Before we get started and everything, I see we got a bunch of people running for office here, so I won't let them. I know that's what they're here for. I let them talk. That way they don't have to write a meeting out. They don't do whatever. But any of y'all don't want to talk, more than welcome. Tell us what you're running for.
I'm Anthony Gamble. I'm running for the sheriff of Marion County this year. Been in law enforcement 32 years. I'm just ready, to see what I can do and make a difference in the sheriff's department. And, so that's my part. If anybody's got any questions or anything, whatever, I can shoot it. whatever y'all want to do. Appreciate it.
My name's Tom Hudson, Hudson. How do y'all know my family? We're Grahams. My daddy's a Hudson, of course. That's kind of fun. We're from Glover Hill. My Aunt Myrtle was Chester Powell's wife. So we're from down and around in here. I have some uncles. I don't want to claim them because you know what it is. Y'all might know them. I'm going to run for the Marion County Mayor if the Republicans elect you and nothing crazy happens. The number one thing I want to do is open the county government up so people can see what's going on. We call it transparency. It's a big word though, so making sure that you can always find out what's going on. If there's a meeting like this and we're going to talk about something, let's say we're going to talk about putting dog controls up. Somebody ought to write that down and y'all should be able to see it before. Then when these fellows vote on it, you ought to be able to see who voted for what after. That's the first big thing. The second thing is, as a mayor, you don't need a mayor pushing to get Lodge a better deal or any of that stuff. There's enough rich people, they do for themselves. You need a mayor just telling you what's going on. Come by the office and ask me, what's going on? What's this mean? Why did this happen? I work with Jeff Story here a little bit, and I've been doing this for a few months saying we need transparency. If nothing else, if I don't do anything else and I'm not good at anything else, I heard a lot of the other candidates starting to use that word transparencies. Everybody's starting to say it. So if nothing else, we do get someone and they do open up the county government, there won't be no more hidden contracts or money going under, none of that kind of stuff. Let's just make it as fine as we can. I've talked long enough. If anyone has any questions, please.
What is your opinion on the ambulance service being contracted out with Puckett EMS instead of having another county sponsored ambulance service like we used to?
Okay, so here's a thought. I don't know enough about it to run my mouth. So until I find out more about it, I won't tell you nothing about it. I think what we have to do though is, does our ambulance service meet our needs? Are people saying, well, I called an ambulance? Puckett, my mom just passed away in May. When they came to my mom's house, the ambulance got stuck in the front yard. And it took them 2 hours to get the ambulance out of her front yard. Did I think that was appropriate? No. Would it have been better with a county service? I don't know. Y'all tell me. Anybody? Yeah, I don't know. So I'll just shut up now and go home. Anybody else?
Thank you.
Please.
Most of y'all know me. I'm Jeff Story. I'm running for county commissioner. Currently, I'm serving as the chairman of the Marion County Republican Party. I am going to be primary, so just to set the record straight, March 3rd, I'm going to need to step aside as the chairman until the primary's over. And that is in May, and I will go back and as the chairman of the Republican Party. In answer to Rhonda's question, I've done a lot of research on Puckett, and first understand we only had 2 ambulance service bid. There's not a whole lot of interest in Marion County for ambulances. My problem with Puckett is, that's horrendous what happened to you, but the chief operating officer, I'm not sure what his title was, but Billy, y'all remember, he sat right over here and talked to us. And I asked him one question: do you negotiate with the insurance company? And he said no. Now what that means is every time you call the ambulance service, your insurance company is going to treat them as out of pocket.
Yeah.
I called them. I was hit with a bill for $900. And that is everyone in Marion County. Now, as county commissioner, I'm going to push for they either negotiate, come to the table with contracts with insurance companies, or we find somebody else that's the second It might be a little more expensive, but I'm concerned about the citizens of Marion County and you not having to pay $900. The reason why I wanted to run as county commissioner, and you know this, I've always wanted to give New Hope a voice in the county affairs. You know, I said in those county commission meetings, and I hear these grants coming through, and they're going to all these three cities, the same three cities. But Orem, New Hope, House Crossroads, they don't get anything. If I'm on the county commissioner, the commission, I'm going to try to change that. Now, the last thing I say, give an invitation to you. Turning Point USA, the Charlie Kirk organization, is there are people starting a chapter in Marion County. I will be one of the keynote speakers, along with Larry Montague, Mike Burdett, and there's somebody else. He's on the state level.
Fritz L, something like that. Fritz.
Yeah, Fritz, Monty, I think. He, I'm sorry, it starts at 5:30 in the Princess Theater, and there's an open invitation for all of y'all to attend. Now, do you have any questions for me?
What day was that?
27th.
It's a Friday, January 23rd.
27th, is it?
No, 23rd. At 5:30.
Monty Fritz.
All right.
Monty Fritz. Thank you, Mary.
All right. Back to city. We need to pass the last minutes. We got. Sorry.
Make a motion to accept the minutes.
Do I hear a second? All right, second it. All right. Any other, what's the old business we got? Any old business? Anything?
We didn't have a new business. So.
Where's the door?
Anything new on the, like we were talking about turning those fire hall bays and storm shelters and all that?
We got a guy coming down talking to us in February, in our meeting in February. He's over all that grant money and everything else. He'll be here to talk to us about that.
Public discussion, everything.
Yeah. Wait, somebody can ask questions. They want to ask questions about it. The money goes and stuff like that. I'm working on some grant money right now, and police chief Bumper. See, he's working on some, fire chiefs, they're working on some, everybody's working on some, trying some grant money right now. Before I go to new business, fire chief, you got anything?
No, sir. I don't have anything.
Anything? Police chief? I want to tell you, New Hope, they stopped a lot of people this weekend about 4 cars, y'all get about 5 or 6 cars that had dope in it and stuff. One of them had meth and stuff again. That's about the second or third one we got for meth over here. So they're trying to slow it down a little bit. The dope over here is pretty bad. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. But yeah, they're trying to slow it down a little bit. So they're working on that. So all right, new business. We got
several ordinances.
Yeah, we got what, two ordinances we need to pass.
Got this one. The second readings for the ones passed for court. And since we've already read them, I didn't print all of those, so
Basically,
if you want to pass them around, each sticky note.
basically that's what it is. Like
There's 4 of them.
we agreed to the $150 court cost and it'll be it'll be up to a $50 fine. And while they're looking at that, while they're reading it, the purpose of this, let people know stuff too. While we're bringing court back to New Hope, it used to be in New Hope, we bring it back to New Hope because we're giving all our money to Marion County. All the court, we get $20 off every ticket. They're getting everything. If it's a $200 ticket, we get $20 and they get everything. They're getting all the money. So we want to bring the money back to New Hope. We don't want to supply everybody else.
First reading of this one.
The court cost will be $150 and the fine will be up to $50.
What's the infraction?
For what?
It'll be anything that's not a criminal type case, a criminal matter, basically just city ordinance violations is all they can hear in city court, municipal court, unless it was an elected judge that met the criteria, and then it could be a sessions court, but it's not, it's just a ordinance court.
And y'all gonna have court when?
It'll be the 4th Thursday of every month, with the exception of November and December. It'll be the 3rd, due to the holidays. At 5 p.m.
Did you determine who the judge is going to be?
Carmen Mosley.
And she is?
She lives over here and she's a lawyer.
She's a lawyer.
We wanted somebody that lived over here in the community, so.
I don't know who Tracy is. I don't know who Tracy. Oh, okay.
She'll be taking care of whatever. All right, do I hear a motion to pass this? Is there a second?
Or second.
Motion passed.
It's for those. If it needs to, or are you doing it all at once? Well, these are first reading, so these will have to be separate.
That's right here, the first reading on this.
The ones that have sticky notes are second readings.
Yeah, second reading.
You gotta sign.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a copy I need to sign or not, is it, Lauren?
Motion.
You can sign every one of these.
Yes.
we'll go ahead, let's just make a motion on all of them. That'd be the best thing to do.
Which one it is.
This is an ordinance to adopt by reference state traffic offenses and rules of the road.
Make a motion, make a second. Okay.
All in favor? This is an ordinance to adopt by reference a state criminal trespass statute.
Make a motion.
I'll make a motion.
There, second.
This is an ordinance to adopt by reference a state disorderly conduct statute.
There, motion pass second. There, second.
And then this one is an ordinance to adopt by reference a state open container statute.
There, motion pass. Second.
I second.
Okay.
That word motion and
All of them pass.
in order.
This right here is the next
All
one.
by basically.
This right here is the next one. I think Morgan got copies of them. You got copies of them.
So Josh has been handing them out.
Is that the first? Yeah, these are all first readings.
So they still haven't read over those yet. Let me play picture.
This right here is just redoing our purchase policy. Like anything over $10,000 where we have to have 3.
25,000.
No, over 10. It's all changed. That's what they got it for. It's over 10.
It's 25,000. And if it
No.
is 10,000 or less, there does not have to be.
Right. Anything over 10, if it's over 10, it's got to have 3.
Correct.
3. Yeah. All that's changed. Everything's changed. So we're getting up to date on stuff. Y'all ready? I hear a motion passes.
Let them finish reading.
I thought Mikey's already a speed reader.
Now see your reading that. Don't mark on it.
But those amounts were set by the comptroller.
Yeah, that's all come down.
Yeah, that's what they recommend.
Comptroller recommended us going to.
What about this one? About the amounts? Change.
Yeah, well, I could make a motion.
Because that one's different than that one.
I'll make a motion on that one.
I thought we already passed everything had to do with court.
He had me print that one off.
And Tracy did. Y'all just sit there and just start the court, sit the city judge and everything, get the city judge to pay. So I hear a motion. This one is.
I'll make a motion.
There a second.
I said.
Before you get in started too. What?
Time.
I did. Stop talking.
Oh, my bad.
We're always hearing through the grapevine about somebody saying something about money or something about this. Me and Josh, y'all don't know how many hours me and Josh spend over here sometimes going through records and everything else. just to let everybody here in New Hope know, I wasn't gonna say anything, but I heard stuff through the grapevine, so I'm gonna let y'all know something. We had all these lights and stuff turned off, trying to save city money. Hell, we saved $1,000 a year by turning some lights off. We didn't use here no more. And me and Josh looking through papers and work and stuff and everything else, found out the city was only getting $2,400 a year off their money they had there in their account, because no one's ever changed the interest rate in 20 years. So me and Morgan called around to some banks and stuff, and I called a few bank presidents and stuff, talked to them, and so now we're drawing $29,000 a year off the money. So we went from $2,400 to $29,000 a year.
On interest alone.
Just on the interest alone, just interest alone.
Because it hadn't been looked at.
Nobody looked at it, nobody didn't care. They just let it, everything. So we made New Hope almost $30,000 a year, off of that one little thing. And we're hoping, we can get New Hope going, We've been going through all the books, a lot of books over there, the best stuff, and we're finding out a lot of stuff that we didn't even know, and we've been trying to get stuff up to date. And Morgan's putting stuff on the computer and trying to get stuff from the Stone Age where they didn't use computers. But Morgan's only one person, and she only can do so much during the day. People coming in paying taxes and phone ringing and everything else, so it takes time. So everybody just be patient, and we're trying our best to do what we can.
You see some raising taxes when we have all this stuff.
Yeah, and that's another thing. South Pittsburgh, what's $1.72, $1.75 in taxes? Something like that. We're 28 cents.
Good.
28 cents.
Good. Thank you.
And when I ran for mayor, I promised that taxes won't go up. And that's why I promised.
That's what I love for you.
And that's, that's why we're trying to save money and get New Hope going, like this court system, like the interest, you know what I'm saying? $30,000 a year.
That's wonderful, man. That's great.
Good clip.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
May I make a comment on that?
Go ahead.
Cool.
The comment on that is by the state records that every 2 to 3 years we should negotiate where we put our money as a city. We are to contact the major banks in the area. Every 2 to 3 years we should move our money based on what they're willing to give us.
Well, I'll let you know for example. I was going to move our money. I was going to move our money, and I threatened to move our money. And that's how we got the high interest rate.
See, they just expected us to lay down the way we've done.
They don't care. They don't care. If you're
when you start moving money,
if you're drawing, I'll tell you what we're drawing. We're drawing 0.03 interest.
That sounds about right for doing business with them.
They do not care. If interest rates go up, the bank ain't gonna call you and tell you, hey, we're gonna raise your bank interest rate. If it went down, if it went down, they would.
That's why CDs are for 6 months.
This right here wasn't something simple.
I know.
I had to play a card game with them, so I threatened to move all the money out.
Yeah, and that's what you should have done.
And me and Josh had already talked about it, yes. One of us is going to have to call and keep up with this stuff, just like a lot of stuff. You got to keep up with it to stay up in time. So, we went, like I said, we went from $2,400 a year to almost $30,000 a year.
And that was insulting for them to give us $2,400 a year for what we had in there.
Exactly, but they will.
If you don't do it, yes, they will.
The bank don't care. They don't.
It's their favor.
Yeah.
It's their favor. They just don't care. But we already talked about it. Me and him me and Josh both said every couple of years we need to call the bank, see what the interest rate is, and told we had no idea.
Is that rate locked in?
You locked in. And we had no idea what our interest rate was till we got over there. Nobody ever told us, when I was on the board, Higgernut's been on the board for a long time too. No one ever told us what interest rate was. We didn't ever ask what interest rate was.
Yeah.
Well, I just read that every 2 to 3 years, every municipality should renegotiate where their money is.
And that's what we said. That's what I told Josh. I said, somebody should have been calling over there and saying, hey, why ain't our interest rate higher?
Or what is your interest rate that you're offering for this amount of money now?
Exactly.
Because I'm going to check around.
Yeah. I got the highest interest rate. I can tell you that right now. I got the highest interest rate. So,
Great job.
yeah, we're trying to, like I said, we're trying to save the city money, and we're trying to do some stuff. We changed these lights here out to LED, and our electricity bill has gone down a lot less than it was last year and stuff. So, like I said, we're trying to cut here and there whatever we can to where we can get some stuff. We want to do stuff for New Hope, but I'm bound and determined out here to get a playground stuff for the kids and everything else, and get some stuff fixed up, and we're all are. We're determined to get stuff going, but it just takes time. And when you start with nothing, it just takes time. But that's where we're at. On people has asked us about an email account. We did say we was going to set up an email account. Me and Morgan's looking into it right now, but it just takes time.
Website?
And Mike knows too. Mike's a computer guy. He knows all about the downfall of it and everything else. So we're looking into it and stuff, and we've got a couple things we're looking into. So we're gonna try to make some changes, but it just takes a little time working on stuff.
Website thing, we can get a domain, set it up and all, but like I said, that's another task somebody's got to maintain it.
Yeah.
You know, you create a site, you're going to need to update the content. That needs to be something that's done frequently. I mean, somebody's got to do it. It's another job. You or get somebody's going to keep it up.
Yeah. And also from now on too, we won't be posting nothing on this door from now on, so it gets blowed off with rain on. Be on that window over at City Hall. That way she can post it on the inside, can't get blowed off, can't get rained on. And until we get a website up, when we get the website up, it'll be on the website. But until then, it'll be on the window at City Hall. That way it's on the inside.
And then I got a marker board with the weekly hours. If I know I'm gonna be out, like at the dentist or something, it's on that marker board. But Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 4:30 is when I'm supposed to be here. Unless it says something different on the marker board, I'm here.
Are we okay on new business, Josh? We got everything we need passed, everything?
That should be everything.
All right, we're going to open up comments to the citizens. Anybody got anything they want to throw at us or say something or ask us a question about anything?
I have one question, and I wrote it down so I could read it and wouldn't screw it up. Okay, and it's a yes or no answer. Since November the 1st, 2025, has anyone sitting at this table discussed with anyone, including legal counsel, how to prevent me, as a lifelong resident of New Hope, Tennessee, from gaining access to any records or documentation that are considered public by federal or state law?
No. And I also just told you, we're just finding a bunch of stuff. We don't know where half of it's at. And we got with Tracy on your situation, and Tracy said didn't you send her a message?
I never did send, I sent,
But
when you first requested everything, I sent you back that it would be February or March before I could start getting through and hopefully having it ready for you.
I mean, a lot of stuff we don't even have on computers. She's just now trying to get stuff on computers, so quick we get that stuff, you'll have it. I mean, it might be end of February, but we'll get it to you. But we can't give you stuff we don't have, or we can't give you stuff that the other administration had hid away over there. We're finding stuff we didn't know we had. We're finding some ordinance we didn't know we had. And, like I said, me and Josh is going through all that stuff, and we give it to Morgan. Morgan putting it on a computer. Quick, we get everything on a computer, we'll ship it out to you. I ain't got no problem giving it to you. Quick, we get it all.
I just want to give it to you all at one time.
And Tracy said,
let me use her segue as addressing the group. When she has asked for these things, and I've seen some of the emails, and now you're saying the previous administration. This was not a friendly environment when I first started coming to these city meetings. And it was the previous administration, but there was subtle shade thrown at any questions that were asked about records. I right now would love to see our city charter and what we actually had enough insight to put into the city charter, because I'll reference your $5,000 spending limit.
We don't have a $5,000 spending limit. We have a $25,000 spending limit just voted on.
Okay, that's the new amount without anything. Okay, well,
you got to have 3 bids.
That's actually from the state. That's not something that we came up with. That is from the comptroller.
Okay,
$5,000.
What was where did the $5,000 was from the comptrollers?
That was from, I believe, 19 something.
80 something.
Actually, it was 2019 when they voted to up it from whatever it was before in the ordinance to the 5,000 without having to have a vote. I have the minutes.
Okay.
So just like this interest rate, everything just changed. Since y'all brought it up last time, I had Tracy look into it and asked Tracy what the law was, and Tracy told me we're behind time. And he sent me the new time, told me we needed to pass this.
In 2025, you can't get much done.
No, yeah, and that's what Tracy said. Tracy said if we had a mercy or something like that, we'd be sitting here 2 months trying to pass everything for a police car tore up or transmission go out. You know, we got to have 2 meetings to have it fixed. Fire truck, engine blow up, $15,000 for easy for an engine, and we'd be sitting here for 2 months without a fire truck because we can't have a okay.
And that should never happen. That should never happen.
Exactly.
And I agree that should never happen.
And that's what this is for.
But when we need money and we're the size of city we are, then nobody needs to try to make someone feel like they should not ask about money and where things are coming from and where things are going. Money is a very important thing, and I just half looked at our audit from last year. However, at the end of it, I think I remember some note as to meeting all obligations that we already are committed to, that what money we have at that point when that audit ended was 145% of what it would cost to run our city for the next year, and we'd have 45% left over that we would constantly be adding to as we collected taxes. But we don't have a heck of a whole lot of money, so everybody in this city needs to be concerned about money. So it is really not polite. It's not a good look to try and throw shade at someone that's interested in what the city is doing. And I'll have to say I felt like I got a lot of shade from just wanting us to have a sign.
Sign's $30,000. That ain't gonna never happen.
You never, well,
$30,000.
never say never, but
it ain't never will happen. $30,000. I'll make a cardboard sign and put it out here before I put $30,000 out here. Somebody to ride
If we
out
come
with
into a lot of money, a grant, I mean, we don't know what's gonna happen if we try and
That's what
push
I'm doing right
ourselves
now.
forward.
We got some other ideas.
That's what I'm doing right now. I've been working with Mike on it too.
Well,
I
good.
can tell you, I've been working with him on it.
Good.
It is
But as that gentleman said, transparency. We don't know what you're doing until you tell us.
You know what we've been doing?
I hope you've been working for
we put out
us.
here, you see a city hall we redone, you see stuff that we've done. We're working.
Well, I'm glad you
We're
are.
working. You know, what woman said the other day when she walked in, man, this city hall's nice. I don't mind paying taxes now. Before, I hated paying taxes because y'all didn't never spend no money. I didn't never see nothing. Nobody in New Hope done. Y'all got 2 pavilions over here. Y'all got this city hall nice over here now. I don't mind paying taxes. And
that's
she
a good
only
thing.
pays 28 cents. Just think, if I raise the tax up to $1.75.
Well, and quit comparing us to South
No,
Pittsburgh.
what can I do? As mayor, what can I do if I raised your taxes up to $1.75?
You could maybe.
I could buy your $30,000 sign.
You can do a percentage. Instead of grazing $1.75,
And that's
maybe
what we're- and that's
28
what
cents.
everybody
50 cents of that is what? 50% is another 14 cents.
Everybody
And that extra 14 cents will be more money. If you guys want to do stuff, you'll have the money to do that. And things that, as you people know, things ain't cheap. They're not at all. And I give a shout out to you getting a better interest rate. That's a great idea. But like to get, like you said, we're probably paying the lowest in the county. I would think.
We are the lowest. Besides Kimball.
So what's another 14 cents? So say like 50% to that to give you that extra money that you need instead of trying to scramble you.
Charlie,
I guarantee you this: if we raised it up 5 cents, you would have a roasting out here in the parking lot.
We don't need it raised. We're gonna get property taxes from the people that are building down here at the river and all the new things that are coming in that's gonna offset that. And we don't need a $30,000 sign. I'm agreeing with you there. I would be perfectly happy with a sign like the one across the road, or just new numbers and letters for that sign, and you can buy them from Amazon. I've checked.
The sign, that sign is dry rot, the plastic is just.
Well, like I said, you can still buy those. Churches
Me
use
and Mike's working on it. We're working on something that's we're working on something that's probably $1,000 or less.
if it meets the needs, who cares what it costs?
It might be.
It's digital.
Yeah, it's say it's less than 2,000 anyway.
Right.
But it's digital and everything else, and they'll have all everybody's information on it. That's what we're going.
And that's the goal.
Yeah, and that's what our goal is. I wish too for people to start posting their crap on Facebook and accusing the city of doing this and city of doing that. If they would just come to a city meeting and ask us, come here and ask us the question you want to ask us, and let us answer it. If I don't answer it right, or Josh, Hickner, Mike, then put it on Facebook, say what you want to say. But come down here first and give us a chance to say yay or nay or anything else. Because stuff ain't right, people putting on there.
Yeah, speaking of it, I'd like to talk about this here grant money that River Rat News says that we didn't get. Give you the opportunity to give a little insight towards that.
Okay. If you look at the audit, it shows that the check was issued for 162, give or take.
That's correct.
And then it looks at the end, the next on the balance sheet, in parentheses, 151,000. Parentheses means it's taken away.
That's correct.
Okay.
Originally, it was supposed to be $300,000. And that is in your line that you put on Facebook. Originally, we're supposed to get $312,000. That's on your line. We actually got $161,000, which is a difference of $150,000, which is why it shows a negative.
Exactly.
We anticipated to get $204,000. We did get that. $162,000 plus the $42,000 fire grant is $204,000. Fire department spent $42,000 of their grant, and we spent $21,000 on the pavilions, which comes to the $66,000 that is showing on the.
Okay, now let me ask you this. You just brought it up. Now, I know the fire department got money, they got a grant.
Yep.
Did you all give them the
We give them
$42,000 that was earmarked?
$10,000, which is on there as well. Out
What
of
about the 42?
$161,000.
What about-
That came from a separate grant that Corey was gracious.
No, 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 no.
No.
Marlon Myers stood there and said, and we're gonna earmark $42,000 for the fire department.
Not out of that grant.
No.
I don't care what Mark Myers said. I'm telling you, want transparency? I'm telling you exactly what you want to know.
Okay, what I wanna know is, why don't you all tell us this before we have
Because
to
there
put
was
something?
nothing to tell. If you knew how to read the paperwork, it's there in black
The
and white.
paperwork's never provided until we see the audit.
You had it. You literally posted a copy of it on
Out of the audit. Out of the audit. That's how I got it.
That's
Out of
what
the
I'm
audit.
going off of, Rhonda.
Out of the audit. What about when the budget was made? Where was it posted?
You were here for that meeting as well.
I never saw the budget.
We never said anything about the grant. We said we got $160,000, which is not a lie. There's nothing that we said that was a lie.
I'm still not sure that.
I don't care if you're sure or not. I'm giving you the transparency that you asked for.
But you know what? Here's the sad thing. You never would have said anything if I hadn't posted what I posted on. Actually, you do. You're a public.
You did not come and ask me one thing. I didn't have to tell you anything.
When you pass budgets, you're supposed to post those budgets somewhere for us to be able to see where
You
they're
can
posted
find
down.
everything else. Why can't you find that, Rhonda?
Because I don't subscribe to the Chattanooga paper. Where did you post it? Where did you post it?
I don't know that it's been paid. It's posted on MTAS, just like you said.
I didn't find it at MTAS. It was the comptroller's office.
Same thing. It's a state website, Rhonda. It is for the public to see.
For you to say it's the same thing, we don't get to see the audit until the next end of the fiscal year. When the budget
Well,
is
the end
passed.
of the fiscal year is not until June. You've already seen it.
And I never got to see the budget before that audit came out. Never. Where is it posted at? What public
Well,
website, paper, what is it publicly posted on? Where's it at? When you all pass a budget, where do you post it? Because it's got to be
Chattanooga
posted.
Times, it goes to Chattanooga Times.
All right. So unless somebody has a subscription,
That's not my problem.
No,
They can't see it.
You can buy a paper.
You can go, buy a dollar paper.
But what you need to do, if you've got a problem, you need to come to ask us before you post this crap you do on Facebook to get you.
Because
views.
several people have come up to us and
And
asked
say,
why we're
stealing.
stealing money.
We're stealing
because of
money.
your.
I never said
And
you all were stealing
you never
money.
got on there and said they didn't.
Yes, I did. I actually did. I said it looks like it was taken back. I did not say you all were taking money, not once.
So are you going to get on there and issue the retraction that we didn't take no money? Or?
You just said it. Right here in living color, I got it.
You said people don't use Facebook. They don't use. So how are you going to get the information out that we didn't steal the money? Because you got it out that we did steal some money.
I didn't. I never said you all stole any money.
You alluded to.
No, I did not. I said it was taken back. It appears that it was taken back by the grantor.
This is why you can't take anything that you put on Facebook serious. Because you don't have all the facts when you post things.
That's right.
You don't make the facts available.
Hey, this is it. Knock it off. Anybody else got anything? Anybody else?
Mayor, listening to what you and your administration's doing for the city of New Hope is remarkable. You didn't mention getting rid of the street lights we paid for out here and putting up LED lights yourself. Just to say it's only $1,000, but $1,000 is $1,000.
Exactly.
I want to say thank you, and I believe most our citizens are proud of what you and your administration is doing for the city of New Hope, Josh. It doesn't matter what River Rat News posts. We know the truth, and we appreciate it.
Well, people just don't realize, every one of us trying to help New Hope out. Me and Josh, we spend a lot of time up here in this office.
We don't get paid enough.
Yeah, and we don't get paid. We don't get every one of us volunteer.
Well, if I didn't learn anything from the previous administration, I learned that you all are volunteers. But with volunteering and running for office comes a certain amount of responsibility. And it comes with a certain amount of learning things. Okay, Josh, and really, your
Thank you
raised
for
voice
acknowledging
and
youth service.
attitude,
News trash, how about that?
Josh, really, that is not appropriate for
So
a
my next-
I think what we can do, meet adjourned, how about that? I hear a motion.
That's a Mark
I hear a
Myers
motion.
I'll make a motion.
I hear a second. All right, meet adjourned. See y'all. Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
That was definitely a previous administration right there, Billy. And everything you're, Jeff,